Hey, ugh, it is so fucking hot. Ugh. This is the problem I have with my hometown, is the heat. The heat is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't understand it. Clearly, I guess moving to LA is the best thing for me because it snowed while I was in Paris. And Um, I hadn't really lived in the snow before, and I hadn't really lived in the snow in a big city before, which everyone's like, oh, snow in Paris. I bet it was beautiful. I'm like, snow is white. Do you know how dirty white gets? Do you know how much muddy, nasty, oil, gas, homeless people covered snow I got like splashed on me every fucking morning on the way to school? Do you know how gross that is? Snow in a city is not cute. It's not romantic. It's shitty. So let it go. But then I come here and I can't fucking stand this heat. It is 95 degrees right now. Now, that's normal. What's not normal is that it's June. Uh, it usually doesn't get to be 95 until late July, August. So, yeah. And this Saturday, it's supposed to be 108 degrees. Are you fucking kidding me? 108 degrees? I could, like, fry an egg on the sidewalk. Sorry, I'm organizing my DVDs. I have a lot of fucking Meg Ryan movies. Um, Blonde Power. Um, no, like, so, in theory, if the degree change remains the same, that means in July it could be close to like 120 degrees, which has happened where I'm from. 120 degrees, not unheard of. 120 degrees. The place I live, Sacramento, is the third hottest place in the United States, behind Death Valley and Las Vegas. We're ranked with Death Valley. That's some bullshit. Ugh. So a weird thing happened while I was gone. Um, Apparently all these gay people moved into my like neighborhood or whatever. Like I have neighbors. Okay, my next door my next door neighbor is still that obnoxious Christian guy who just goes on and on about Jesus and he prays all the time and I can just hear him, Lord, Lord help him, Lord, oh, lay hands, lay hands. I'm like, there are two people in there. Two people. How many are you gonna lay hands? I got it, I got no. Oh my god, drives me nuts. Anyways, so apparently there are like a bunch of gay people now. And uh I I my mother's like all excited about. Like, I'll finally have people to talk to. Like, look, I don't talk to my neighbors because I'm not a neighborly person. It has nothing to do with their sexual orientation. I will ignore gay people just as quickly as I ignore straight people. Although I'll be more judgmental towards the gay people because if they look like shit, I'm going to judge them for it. I was working out. Um, but seriously, and my mother. You ever have people who are bigoted, but they don't know that they're bigoted? Like, they think they're really enlightened. You know what I mean? It's like having that, like, racist grandfather who swears he's not racist, but he still calls black children tar babies. You know what I mean? Not that I would never call them that, but I'm saying like you know, that could probably happen. I'm going to hell. I'm gonna get a lot of notes for that. Um, no, but you know what I mean, where you have that crazy relative who just does. Well, that's how my mother is, and she's like, oh, lesbians, because there are these lesbians that are moving in, and she's going over there and talking, and this is the reason that I don't like this whole situation is because the very minute she does that thing that so many people do. It it cracks me up. Everybody does it. I do it. I do it. I try not to now. Now that I'm on the other side of it. But you know how like someone comes up to my mother and they're like, "Oh, I'm gay," and she's like, "Oh, I have a son who's gay," to kind of be like, "I'm cool with your people," kind of thing. I have a son who's gay, and he's very gay. He's the gayest person I know, and she has to like start listing like my qualifications and like handing out gay references, verify my gayness kind of thing, and like I just it's it's for reasons like that that I don't tell my mother what's happening in my life. I really don't, because she just goes and blabs it to everybody. And she's like, "Well, it's not gossiping." And I was like, "Why isn't it gossiping?" She's like, "Well, because it's not negative." I'm like, gossiping is just talking about someone else without them really knowing it. Like, it has nothing to do with the connotation of the words. It's just shut the fuck up. No, no, no. That's you're speaking about communication. Really? That's her excuse. Oh. So, I don't know. At the same time, I kind of feel like maybe I should be nice to the neighbors. Maybe I should, you know, reach out and try to be nicer, kinder. But who am I kidding? I'm not cut out for that. I'm not good. No, that's bullshit. I'm good at that. I just don't want to be. I never liked, when I was younger, when I was a kid, I was very nice to everybody all the time. I was very polite, I never said rude things ever. I was just sweet as pie. Like a little southern lady. Ah, how are you? Would you like a seat? I was so polite. And people abuse the nice, man. People just treat them like shit. And I suppose I got tired of being treated like shit. And I got tired of not saying what I was thinking because I was worried about upsetting someone. There has to be some kind of balance to being neighborly and not being a total fucking asshole. And what I mean by asshole is just like not fake, like, oh my gosh, how are you? Your yard looks so good. That fence, did you paint it yourself? Awesome. Like, there has to be some way to avoid becoming that. Because that I definitely don't want. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I have to work out this whole neighbor thing. I'll let you know how it goes.